Renata, how you doing, man? Nice to see you.
Thank you for having me. I'm a huge fan. I love the Kick-Ass movies, and I
Yeah, yeah.
love Fall Guy. I think you nailed it. It's one of my favorite movies of this year. So,
Sweet.
Mr. Johnson, are you a fan of superhero movies?
I love the element of fantasy, and yeah, I've always, I mean, I kind of grew up where when they sort of, cinema sort of started opening up like superhero movies. Well, actually, no, I mean, superheroes have been around for ages. Yeah, I grew up on sort of like even Tim Burton's Batman and things like that. So like it's just that other world of fantasy. And I think, yeah, it's exciting. So to be a part of a movie like this was super extraordinary, but also kind of grounding this movie in reality and having fun with it and also doing R-rated action just meant that we could kind of, it's kind of like playing, isn't it? But like being able to like broaden the world in which you're doing it in. So it gave us a lot more freedom creatively to definitely do justice to the world of Kraven the Hunter. I think he's a villainous character that needed to have more depth and complexity to give him all those different layers. And I think yes, you see the hard R action, but then you can also talk about the tone and kind of what else is going on, why he's got this darkness and this trauma. That's those things are very adult sort of themes. So yeah.
Meu filho, somos caçadores, os melhores que o mundo já conheceu.
And what are your top three favorite superhero movies of all time?
Okay, well I just mentioned. I guess one would have to be Tim Burton's Batman, and then I do think I think one of the early X-Men with Wolverine. And then probably the original Superman, I would say.
Why did you decide to play Kraven in the movie theaters?
Yeah, no, well, I first had a conversation with JC Shandor, the director, and Matt Tolmack, the producer, and it was really just about who this character was and what was the tone of this movie and it kind of just came out of a lot of discussions about what we wanted to achieve. And I think when you come at it in a collaborative kind of way, it it just became really interesting. And I think, and now, we spent 3 years putting this character together. We're at a place where we're super proud of it. We're really excited to share it with the world. It's action-packed, it's R-rated. Russell Crowe's in the movie and he's menacing as hell. We've got great actors, Alessandra Nivola, Chris Abbott, Fred Heckinger, Ariana DeBose. It's an all-star cast with this sort of elevated material. So you feel very fortunate and it feels different. I feel like we were really, priding ourselves on doing something slightly different. So yeah, it kind of came from all of that, really.
And Sony has its own Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Hmm.
So is Craven connected to Morbius, Madame Web, and Venom somehow?
I think this movie stands alone in its sense of like what we're telling here. It's very much an origin story of Sergei Kravinoff and how he becomes Kraven the Hunter. I think it's a character that we have put a lot of time and thought into and we have the determination and the intention of this character going beyond this movie. But that kind of comes down to the audience, really. It's over to you guys and really inviting you in to see this movie and take away what you feel. There's a character that we take you on a journey, and by the end of it, I think you'd be excited to see him go further. So that's really down to you guys.
And for years, Sony are trying to make the Sinister Six movie, which I would love to see Craven being part of it. Would you be up to it? And which other villains would you like to see in the movie?
I think, I think, I too would love the idea of doing Sinister Six. I think Craven's Last Hunt was I think is a brilliant comic book story, and if we had the opportunity of bringing that to the screen, that would be amazing. That'd be me fanboying out on something cool. But you know, that's all very good and well, but I think come watch this movie, and I think it really comes. You know, you always got to start with the first one, and the first one is something we've worked really hard on in order to be a stand on its own as a great story, a traditional gangster story. And then from there, it's the birth of Kraven the Hunter, the birth of the villain we all know, and I think with that in mind, you'll want to see him go toe to toe with other superheroes, maybe gang up. I don't even know. It's really, let's see.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, I'm dying to see the movie. Here in Brazil is gonna be a huge hit, I think, and I hope we can come to Brazil soon.
I know, I'm so bummed that I can't be there for the Brazilian Comic Con. But I'm, we're doing our rounds. We've got some special treats coming your way. But yeah, I don't know. Soon, sometime soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Kisses from Brazil.
E vai se tornar uma lenda.
When the man comes around.